Learning more tonight about the contract offered for the finalist for the job of superintendent of Sioux City's community schools. Dr. Juan Cordova was selected as the district's next superintendent. He was offered a 3-year contract with a starting salary of $275,000 a year starting July 1st, 2025. The latest salary publication from the district's finance department shows that the current superintendent, Dr. Rod Earlywine, made $266,785 in the 2023-2024 school year. School Board President Jan George says he's happy with the way the negotiations went with Dr. Cordova and happy that his contract fit within the budget.
We knew where we had to be, we knew what we could afford. And I think the Board of Directors did an excellent job of getting a contract that we were happy with and Dr. Cordova was happy with.
Dr. Cordova told the school board he'll start using vacation days at his current district in St. Louis to come here to Sioux City to meet with district team members and talk about the transition. Tonight also gave the school district another look at the budget for the next school year. There is a proposed 2.5% increase in base expenditures of $4.7 million. But there won't be a change in the property tax levy from this year to the next year. The total levy rate will be the same as it was last year. After tonight, there is no other option to increase this levy. It can only be decreased. The current budget is based on a 2% increase in supplemental state aid, but the district will have to make do with the $12.38 levy if there are any changes at the state level.
For the budget and stuff, we just got to make sure that, one, we can fund, fully fund our staff, and then we got to look at our facilities, and we got to look at the programming and things of that nature. And so they've done a good job that right now I believe everything's going to be just as it was.
There will be 2 public hearings before the budget is set. The community is invited to provide input on the proposed property tax levy. The public can come on Monday, March 24th at 5:30 p.m. at the Educational Service Center that's located at 627 4th Street. The district's finance department says the budget won't be finalized until April 14th. Remember last week's cold snap? Yeah, hard to forget. It's going to cost some school districts some hours. The Sioux City Community School District must have a minimum of 1,080 hours with students in the classroom. Board President Jan George says by missing 3 days in a row last week, the district is 14 hours short. The district is meeting with the teachers union this week to discuss options for makeup days.